What the fuck is up, guys? It's Akila here. Satire Banter, the podcast, my first ever podcast. You guys always ask me on my TikTok to make a podcast, so here I am. The theme is me in my tub, a bubble bath, some wine, and a whole lot of gossip. Yeah, let's get right into it. Today's topic, we're going to be talking about kinks, relationships, and the new year. Are you guys excited? It's 2023. Can you believe it? I didn't even think I was going to make it through 2020, and here I am. I seriously don't really want to edit too much necessarily because I really want to give you guys the most authentic, uncut version of me and the conversations that we're going to be having today. So this weekend, I actually went to go hang out with my friends for New Year's, which is something that we commonly do. There have been times where I would hang out with other friends and do other things, but usually I try to hang out with my friends. And we had really good conversation. One of the conversations was that, do you think that there should be non-negotiables in relationships? And one thing about me is I never thought to myself that I should give a man non-negotiables or even a woman, because I'm just like, I feel like I'm gonna like that person regardless, and I don't really, but that sounds bad on my end because it sounds like I don't have standards, and I feel like I definitely have standards. I just don't really have an objective in a relationship. I feel like if it flows, it flows. But if it doesn't flow, I'm not going to force it, and I'm not going to give them ultimatums or expectations. Honestly, it doesn't even sound like an ultimatum. Non-negotiables, it sounds like more of expectations. And honestly, expectations scare me, which is probably why I never even thought about it. But when I was talking to my friend Emily and Serena and Janae and Bria and Kyle and Emily's boyfriend Frazier, we literally we're talking about this, and I just could not fathom the fact that I've never put expectations in place. And one thing that my friend Serena said was, she said that men lie, like there's no way that this person is just going to be peaches and cream. This is just a facade, so I was a little bit excited to even have the conversation with them because I was never used to even having that expectation set. So, what are some non-negotiables for you guys? I would love to know. I do have an Instagram page, Satire Banter. Just comment under my profile picture. It's my first ever post. And let me know what some non-negotiables are for you. For my friends, my friend Emily, she said she would prefer someone who's accepting, and I would absolutely agree with her. And then I said I need someone who's really good at hygiene. I can't date someone who's dusty and dirty and stinky. Like, I need you to smell good. I want to put my face in your armpit, okay? That's how I want to walk past you and literally gobble your bum. Like, I want it's not even walk past and gobble your bum, but like it's to the point where I want to have that urge to like gobble your bum, you know what I mean? So I think that hygiene is a non-negotiable for me. So what's some non-negotiables for you guys? What are you guys doing to start off the new year? I feel like this year I already made my vision board. I'm already going in. I'm ready to rail 2023. I'm ready to just give it all I got because at this point in my life, I feel like I have nothing to lose. I literally have nothing to lose and everything to gain. So why would I not just go right into it? So here I am making my first ever podcast. And hot frickin' take. But we're going to go back to non-negotiables. Hot freaking take. This is actually, I don't even know if I should say this because it might be controversial, but I can't date a person who's not close with their family. And I know what you guys are going to say. Not everyone likes their family. Not everyone gets along with their mom. Not everyone gets along with their dad. But coming from a toxic household, I still hold my family in very, 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 very high regard. So if you're not close to your family, I don't know if I can pursue that. So yeah, hot take. You have to be a family person. I will say though, I will say, you guys have been wanting me to start a podcast for so long on my TikTok, and another hot take, one thing I hate about TikTok is, like, most of my comments are, like, guys that are my dad's age, and I'm just like, I get it, like, you see a pretty girl on TikTok and you're like, oh my god, like, she's so cute, or whatever you think, and you find me attractive, but I'm personally like, oh my gosh, can you imagine me introducing you to my dad? And it reminds me, like, of when you guys were always like, I would love to meet you in person. And I'm just like, that's cool and everything. Like, I would love to meet you in person too, you know, if you're like a fan. But I feel like a lot of the guys on my TikTok are not fans. They're just trying to, like, fornicate. And I'm just like, dude, that is wild. And honestly, why do you feel so comfortable commenting that under my post? Like, have some class. Sorry, I had to take a drink of my Stella Rose. Let's get into another conversation here. So for me, 2023 is going to be all about action, input, discipline to get an output. I'm looking to work my butt off as hard as I did in college and really see some results here, because I just can't imagine living another year like I did the last couple of years after leaving college, after the pandemic. I just can't do it. And I know we're all there. I know we're all thinking it. I know we're all like, what can we do to get, you know, to get where we want to be in life? And I think personally, I think that actually taking small steps, small action steps to get there is really where it's at, because you can do the same thing and get the same results, but at that point something actually has to change. So I'm changing. I'm figuring out what's working for me, and I'm figuring out what's going to get me the best results, and I'm testing the waters, you know what I mean? And that's all you can do. So we're gonna go into 2023 arms ablazing. Okay, what other topic should I talk about? Because I'm just all over the place, as you guys know. I actually have ADD and ADHD, and I'm on the spectrum as well, so I'm always all over the place. But I do have a list here, so we can get into it. Let's talk about how to find love. What do you guys do? Are you guys into dating apps? Which I feel like that's such a common thing for, like, since the pandemic, dude, because once you got locked down in your house, like, we really didn't have the opportunity to meet people face to face. Like, you know how we would normally go, I don't know, to a museum or to a poetry slam, and that's how we met people authentically. But after the pandemic, it seemed like those dating apps started to rise, and now we're so used to meeting people virtually, and it's like, this is crazy. And it's honestly it's like a gamble. It can be dangerous, or you might find the love of your life. It's like you're gambling with your life, and it's a little unsettling, unweary. So I'm just wondering what you guys are doing to find love. Me personally, I'm on the dating apps, but I'm not gonna lie, I've had Hinge for like 2 years and I've never met up with someone. I don't have the kahoof. I don't have the balls. I am terrified of meeting up with people off of these apps. Tinder, even, there's like 2 people I've ever met off of Tinder, because I'm just like, maybe 3. But I'm just like, this is like something I just cannot get with. And I know a lot of people actually find their soulmates on these apps, and I'm just wondering, and I'm curious what you guys are doing to find love. Are you guys on these apps as well? Please comment on my Instagram at Satire Banter and let me know what you guys are doing to find love. So we're gonna fast forward to, I'm just going down my list here, building confidence for yourself. If you're out here finding love, if you're out here looking for love, there's no way that you're not a confident person, because how are you just meeting up with people, random strangers off this app, and you're not confident? That's just like a recipe for disaster, honestly, like if we're gonna be honest about it. So I just want to know how you guys are building your confidence to meet up with these people from these dating apps, or however you're meeting your potential suitors. Me personally, the way I build confidence is I look in the mirror and I tell myself, wow, you're gorgeous, you're beautiful, you're love, you're light, your health, your wealth. You radiate sunshine, you radiate happiness. And I genuinely believe that I radiate all those things, And that's why I attract so many people. I don't really come across bad people. I've never come across a bad person. I've come across bad situations, but I've never come across a bad person, and that says a lot about me. Yes, I've come across situations where it wasn't the best thing that I've ever put myself through. However, I learned from it, and I never blame the person. I've always blamed myself. And I know what you're thinking. You're probably like, you can't always blame yourself for everyone or everything, every situation. But the thing is, I'm Michael Jackson with it. I look at the man in the mirror. I stop with the man in the mirror. Because what do you mean? I feel like people have their own issues, of course, but like at the end of the day, who put themselves in that situation? Me? Yes. So, with that being said, I just feel like I stop and I take a gander at myself and I tell myself, wow, you could have did better. You could have made better choices. You could have handled the situation better, because at the end of the day, I know who I am, how I am, and how I can react and how I can be, and I'm always going to take a look in the mirror first. So that's what I think you guys should do as well. Just make sure you take a step back, even if you think it's not your fault, even if it isn't your fault, and just really, really analyze the situation and understand that, yeah, someone else might be at fault, but it's almost like insurance with your car, right? Not everyone's going to be 100% at fault. So that was such a random metaphor, but you know what I mean. So that goes into my next topic: stop putting others before yourself. Because yes, you can take a look at yourself in the mirror and let yourself know and hold yourself accountable for the things and your actions and the things that you've done and the choices that you've made, but also you don't have to put other people above yourself, because I've done that. I would literally break my last piece of dough for someone, and it might be the type of person that I am. For example, I was literally hanging out with my friends, so I went to go visit them a few times this past week, and I can't get enough of them. I love them so much. And I was hanging out because one of my friends flew in from Germany. She's Mongolian. And I had a lot of friends. I had Russian friends, German friends, Greek friends, Japanese friends. So we have a really diverse friend group, and they live in Europe, and she's studying in Germany, and she flew to America, and she was like, Akila, I want to meet up with you guys. So I rounded everyone together. We went to go get some dinner. We're going to do karaoke. Like, it was just a whole vibe. And I'm sorry, guys, I have wine residue in my mouth, so it's literally making me salivate. I might not drink wine on my next podcast because I hate that noise. I hate swallowing, and hearing it in my headset is just giving me the freaking ick. But we're gonna keep moving forward. Like I said, this is gonna be uncut, unedited, like your freaking boyfriend. So I put together my friends, and we basically just hung out. And I will say this: when I was coming home, this is more of the story. After I hung out with my friends, I had an amazing time. We ended up making more plans for, New Year's. And I went to go get gas. And while I'm getting gas, there's this lady standing outside, wig everywhere. Like, just a mess. Just a freaking mess. I'm pretty sure she was on drugs. I don't want to judge. It's not my business. But she's like asking me like, hey, I ran out of gas. Mind you, I didn't know she was with anyone. She looked like she was alone. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna help her out, because what if that was me? I would want somebody to get me some gas, and I would want someone to help me. So I went in the gas station. I got her some gas. I got her $10 in gas, and then I put 20 in my tank. And then I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? Maybe she's probably hungry too. If she doesn't have gas money, she's stuck at a gas station. Let me take $20 out the ATM. Let her get some food, something, like help her out. So, or even if she wants to put more gas in her car, I don't know. That $20 is all up to her. I hope she doesn't use it on drugs, but I just trusted her. So essentially, I get her gas, I give her the $20, and a man comes out the car. I'm like, oh crap. Like, I lock my doors instantly because I'm pumping my gas at this point. And I'm like, in a situation like that, it was nighttime. I normally leave my friends pretty late, and I have to do about a 4-hour drive. So it was a little sketchy, because when you're stopping in the hood to get gas, which it wasn't very smart of me to do that. I could have definitely drove out of town, because I typically live in a more predominantly white, neighborhood. So I'm like, man, I could have just got gas like a little bit outside of the city, because this city is not the nicest place at night. So, but you know me, like I'm actually from the trenches, so I wasn't really actually that scared. Now I live for the last 7 years in a more predominantly suburban place. So, but I'm giving her money, I'm talking to her, I'm telling her, get some food. She's telling me she has kids. And I'm like, well, use that money, go get some food for you and your kids. And then this man comes out and he's just like talking about how he has 10 kids. And I'm like, sir, who asked you? Like, no, no one's talking to you, sir. I'm talking to her, and this may be your girlfriend, but like, she's out here getting money for you in your car, because she told me, she was like, yeah, that's not even my car, it's his car, and we're stranded. I'm like, oh, that would have been nice to know, because first of all, he's a man, he should be a provider, and I'm not trying to generalize men, right? I'm not trying to put social norms on men where they should be providers, but I'm saying in that sense, he has more kids than you, he has the car. It just seems like you're not putting yourself in the best situation. Just like me, I wasn't putting myself in the best situation hanging out with these two drug addicts in the middle of the night. So, but moral of the story is always just start to put yourself first. Like, it's okay to be nice. It's okay to help people out. It's okay to be a good person, because I know that's the story. Like, I know I'm a good person. I know I like to help people. That is literally... If love languages, I know they say acts of service, but love language, if it was like helping people, that would be my love language. But I think my actual love language is physical touch. Or it might be words of affirmation. But like someone telling me, thank you for doing this, or thank you for doing that, but still borderline helping people. So I think that putting yourself first is always more important, because at the end of the day, that situation could have turned left really fast, and yet here I am, 2 a.m. chopping it up with some crackheads, giving them money, listening to them and their problems, and I'm just like, that was like, that could have ended really bad. So always put yourself first. We're gonna move on. Sorry, I'm like adjusting myself. If you're watching me on YouTube, you're probably seeing me get all passionate, and I can't help it. I'm really passionate about helping people. I'm really passionate about my friends, and I'm just a passionate person. Get over it. So let's get into some would you rathers. Go ahead and comment under my Instagram, Satire Banters, the only picture I have posted, and let me know, would you rather have 20 toes or be... I want to make sure it's not offensive. So would you rather have 20 toes or no fingers? Let me know in the comments. I'm going to have to say no fingers, because I always see people driving with their feet. And I don't know if it was like this show called Taboo, where like there were people who had, a disability, and they literally just drive with their feet. And let me tell you, I love a good toe. I love some toes. So I definitely would no finger go, because I know I could still be capable with my toes. If I had 20 toes, I honestly would never go outside, because I'd be too embarrassed. And I'm like very petite and small. Can you imagine me having 20 toes? My feet would be as big as this toilet, and I cannot. It's like, I don't know if you guys ever seen The Proud Family, but it's like Lucianaga. She has these big feet. I can't. I'd be so embarrassed. But I'm really happy that I got to make my first ever podcast and get to talk to you guys. I'm going to get better at this. I'm going to make more episodes. I'm going to post more. I'm going to be posting weekly. So stay tuned for that. I really want you guys to answer these questions, but I also want you guys to give me topics to talk about. I want to know what you guys want to know. I want to know what you guys need advice on. I'm talking man problems, woman problems, children problems, issues. I want to help you guys. So please let me know and then also let me know what you guys are going to be doing for the new year. It's literally January. You have 12 months to figure out what you want to do, how you're going to do it, and I really want to help you guys get there, and I want to be that motivation for you guys. So I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Bye.